Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to ChatGPT 2. We've got Chris Baker in the house. He's going to take us to the next level, and then you're going to say, what did we learn the first time around? Make yourselves at home. We've got coffee, teas, and a little desserts in the back. We'll take about a 20-minute break when he feels it's necessary. A lot of you have sat with him individually, so it's kind of exciting that we keep able to extend knowledge to you guys. I think we're on. Oh, we have some guests in the house too. We're going to have some international view from the ChatGPT, unexpectedly. And let's go do this. Thanks for coming.
What was that? Do you know what the Wi-Fi password is? Chartwell membership is the Wi-Fi password. Guys, thank you again for the opportunity today. I again want to point out that for those of you that are following along, as you guys know, I'm full of energy. I like to talk a lot, and sometimes I go too fast, and it's a lot of information. I'm going to be recording the YouTube video that I'll send out to anybody that wants it. I'll also send out a copy of the slideshow, so feel free to enjoy yourself and read, watch, but I want this to be interactive. I want people to talk. Again, I'm just a normal guy coming from the real estate world, now in the title business, so I'm by no means an expert. That's my disclaimer. I'm just here to teach you guys and try to make you aware of where the world is going with AI. Again, anybody that wants my contact information, I've got cards around the room. You can scan the QR code if you want me to send you this information. Email me, text me, follow me on social media. Anything but smoke signals I can refuse. Tell me if I'm having a little bit of feedback. I always like to start with a little perspective. I may have shown this last time, but I always like to begin with the biggest fear that I have agents encounter when I'm talking is, Chris, what's the point? What am I doing here? Why am I learning this stuff? If it's going to be all and I'm going to be replaced, why even try? And this is a tagline you'll hear me say over and over again. It's not the AI that's going to replace all of you. It's the agents that are using AI that are going to replace you. And it's not just in real estate, it's in every industry. And we're not going to delve too far into that because there isn't an industry that's currently being upended, turned over, and will be completely changed with the advent of AI. So this is Tom Ferry, and this is his take on what he feels the real estate agent of the future will
It's a
do.
question I get all the time. And in my opinion, the answer is, of course, yes, not just because I'm biased, but I think about it this way. No different from a robot that might be able to perform the surgery a little bit better or be a little more precise than the actual surgeon. The surgeon is going to be there to make sure that everything is right. That could be the role of a real estate professional 30 or 40 years from now, where maybe AI and a robot is doing a lot of the mundane tasks, the sort of industrialization of a real estate transaction. Maybe that's not going to be done by you anymore. But what is going to be done by you is the conversations with the client, right? It's the guiding of the customer. It's looking into their eyes and seeing their emotion and making sure that you have the empathy and the ability to connect with them and help them make good decisions. The actual sausage making of the transaction, you're not going to be involved with. All that's going to be gone. It's going to be you and the client, and that is always going to be our place.
So essentially what I want to get at is the nuts and bolts, the mundane, the boring, the repetitive tasks, the menial stuff that we spend hours and hours doing, that's all going to be replaced. We have a treat at the end that I want to kind of tease about where technology is going. It's about aligning yourself and finding the tools, the software, the companies that are going to allow you guys to do it. Again, I can give you suggestions and ideas that I've compiled and curated, but I'm not going to know all necessarily specifics. I can teach you what I know and what I've heard, but I just wanted to start with that. This is an interesting thing I want to start out with. This is the CEO of Google. We all know who Google is. This is Sundar Pichai. He's been talking about this since 2018. He believes, because they are obviously well-versed and invested in the AI world, that AI is actually as important, if not more, than fire or electricity. Now I want you to let that sink in. I mean, it's fundamentally an aspect of humanity that has changed where we are. I use the example of the internet and cell phones. He's going even a step farther, saying that AI at the constant rate that it's being developed and the tools that are being utilized, that it's actually going to have more of an impact on humanity. So let that sink in, because everything's about to change. It's changing at such a rate that I can't even keep up. I just was amazed when I saw that. I'm like, how do you say something like that? I know I can be full of hype, but to have the founder, I'm one of the CEOs of Google, it just gives you perspective. So this is an example of what I mean by the rapid changes of the technology. About a year ago, the concept of being able to text to video, in other words, type a prompt in and coming up with a moving image, was far-fetched. It was out of the realm of possibility. It was something that no one could conceive of. And then it started happening. It started happening gradually, but it was a little goofy. It was weird, it was janky, people made fun of it. And they're like, yeah, we can do pictures and we can make listing descriptions and come up with recipes, but there is no way AI in 2024 is gonna be able to make a movie. And people started thinking about, okay, what about the entertainment industry? What are they gonna do? There's too many actors and directors. And all of a sudden, last week, OpenAI, the company that created ChatGPT, the forerunner of technology, introduced a product called Sora. This took off like I've never seen anything. I thought ChatGPT, which is the same company, was fast. This is blowing everyone's mind. I'm gonna give you a demonstration, and this is just one TikTok video of what AI video just about a year ago looked like and why we all made fun of it, and where it is now, and it's only 2024. This is going to change everything. It's goofy, it's janky, it's strange. You'll see Will Smith. This is what we were all making fun of. It was like, we're not worried. We're not going to have any concerns about video. This is AI now. This is not a real person. This was make me an astronaut face with a red knit helmet. You'll see actual reflections, people walking. Guys, can you imagine the ability to deepfake any person, any human, any concept, any movie? This is not real people, and this is getting faster and faster. Right now it's limited to 60 seconds, but this was a man on a cloud reading. These are not real people. I can't tell the difference. I mean, look at the reflection. It's getting scary, but I don't want to freak anyone out. I just want you to be prepared for the world that we live in. So anyway, I mean, one of my favorite ones is it's a cup of coffee with two pirate ships going around and having an actual cannon fire battle, and it's so real. And I'm like, oh my gosh! So here we are in 2024. It's not currently available, hasn't been released to the public. I don't know what's going to happen, but how are we going to tell what's real, what's not? And we are just talking about real estate and what we can do in real estate. But just imagine. So. Listen, as I always say, I cannot teach you everything about AI. As I start my presentation, I always like to say, I begin with my disclaimer, that I'm here to introduce to you guys concepts, ideas that you can build upon. I do want to spark creativity, guys, and have those aha moments, which is what I like to do. But I want you to realize the fact that you're sitting here right now and that you're willing to learn and you're willing to take in ideas and get these concepts, even though you might be overwhelmed and even though you're like, I don't know what to do, you're still here. You're so far ahead of the general public, let alone real estate agents. The fact that you're willing to learn this, you just gotta be incumbent upon yourself to take this and continue to learn. Because I can't teach you everything. I'm happy to give you my insights and advice, but this is a world that we now live in moving forward. You cannot just sit back idly and go, I can't. You're gonna have to actively start participating. So I'm gonna start with some ways that AI in general are going to be used and implemented in real estate in the coming future, if not already. And these are some big picture ideas. It's all about lead generation, and it's going to be like no one's ever seen before. I mean, we're accustomed to Zillow and paying for lenders and doing these ads and Facebook ads. All of that's going to change, and I'm actually blessed that we have an opportunity to introduce someone at the end that's doing this in real time, because I don't know necessarily what companies to recommend, but I do know this is happening because I'm hearing people talk about it. It's going to be a highly competitive real estate industry, and lead generation is going to play a crucial role in success, as you guys know, of any agent. Traditional methods, the way we've been doing business, is going by the wayside. AI is now going to give you access to powerful tools. We're going to talk about some of those today that are going to revolutionize your business. The first one is going to be utilizing the power of big data. This is a term that's thrown around a lot, but imagine the ability for you guys to accurately analyze vast amounts of data, including listings, market trends, demographics, and be able to identify potential clients likely interested in their specific property or service with precision unmatched Nothing you could do as the best realtor in the world will be able to compete with AI and being able to locate precisely these people that are looking to buy and sell. Imagine knowing exactly what your clients are looking for and what their wants or needs are, and having AI communicate directly with them in looking for the perfect home to match it with it. This is happening. Companies are going to start offering this. Everything, of course, is probably going to have a fee or a service, but I just want you guys to start thinking right now, putting them in Bright, having an auto search, and having them look at listings or sending them emails. This is going to be chatbots that are going to communicate with them in real time, that look like you, sound like you, and know everything about you. Predictive analytics is going to be the next big thing also. This is going to revolutionize lead generation by using actual historical data to identify potential clients, enabling real estate agents to create actual targeted campaigns that improve your conversion by reaching the right audience at the right time. Instead of wasting your time blasting everybody and anybody, begging for business, you're going to now be able to target your attention, your money, and your focus on the people that matter using email, text, video, social media, and even real-time phone calls with voices that sound like human. AI is going to handle all the mundane stuff that we do, the repetitive tasks that we now spend our precious time doing, giving you, the realtor, what's most important, your time back, so you can devote it to speaking with clients face to face. How about this? This was an interesting one. Lead scoring and qualification systems are being developed right now that will help real estate agents actually prioritize their resources effectively by assigning a score to actually each lead based on various criteria, such as their intent on buying, their budget, and even their engagement level. And the AI algorithms are basically going to highlight the most promising leads and rank them and score them. And then the automated process will reach out and contact those leads and then send them to you, so you now are working with only the A+ people instead of wasting your time. It's simply astounding. Again, the chatbot, we talk about this a lot. Companies currently right now are implementing their software with ChatGPT, with Microsoft Copilot, and they're implementing it into their back end, and it's basically allowing these intelligent virtual assistants to engage with actual potential clients in real time, answering inquiries about houses, providing property information, and even scheduling the property tours. Again, these are all things that we do as agents that will be taking away from us the making of the sausage and being handled by AI. And by utilizing this technology and these chatbots, real estate agents are going to be able to provide personalized experiences to potential clients, which is going to help build the trust and rapport that you guys need. And then it's going to also handle multiple conversations by multiple people simultaneously in real time. Can you imagine? How about this? Social media listing engagement. No longer will you have to necessarily be responsible, which you can do, but it's going to handle that aspect for you, and it's going to be able to effectively manage it on your behalf. And this is what companies are now developing. And finally, it's going to be used for hyper-targeted advertising. With the AI algorithms, real estate agents are going to be able to optimize your advertising budgets because you're going to be able to target by analyzing user behavior. So these are some big concepts. We're going to talk about a couple companies that are using this right now, but I just wanted to get your thought moving forward. So what makes you guys different? All of us right now are using ChatGPT probably, or one of the various AI tools, to generate listing descriptions, maybe come up with some social media posts, maybe talk about something they did, and they're not, I don't think, using it effectively enough. Where do you think ChatGPT is getting their information from? Do you guys have any idea when you're asking these prompts where it's getting its information from, if you had to guess? And correct me if I'm wrong, my understanding is it's pulling a lot of it from the internet and therefore Google. And one of the things about the problem that agents are using AI right now is they're not giving it enough information. They're being one-liners, simple prompts, and they're not providing the data in order for this system to work. And again, in a nutshell, guys, the more you give it, the better it responses. When you're engaging in this thing and talking to it, I'm going to give you some suggestions on some prompts that I suggest you begin with. So moving forward, when you're interacting with the AI software, you're able to tell it who you are, what you're all about, what kind of business you're in, what you're looking to accomplish, what kind of client you're looking for, and how you want it to respond. And we're going to talk about that. So this was a prompt I came across by a guy named Phil Stringer. I do not have any problem in letting you know that I took this directly from his website. I was blown away. Phil Stringer is a huge AI advocate. He's who I emulate in this business and I learn a lot from. I will send this out. But one of his big things he likes to begin with is preparing the AI, in this example, ChatGPT, to fully understand your business. And this is one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys today about. if you don't give the AI some substance, how is it going to respond and give you the results that you're looking for? So I was blown away by this because he said, here's the prompt that I want to give you. And he had this literally copied and pasted into ChatGPT. And based on this, it listed a series of 25 questions. And I did this myself. From those 25 questions that this prompt generated, I then took about 10 minutes to answer those questions. I then took my answers with those questions and I pasted it back into ChatGPT. And I'll show you how to do that. And that changed the game. It literally changed the results I was getting from boring, plain, not really exciting, to specific, tangible, exactly what I was looking for. And I thought, that is incredible. And I'd like to show you what it looks like. To take it a step further, he had an additional prompt that said, listen, besides those 25 questions about your business, I want you to take and generate 90 additional content ideas targeting your business that you can then use to generate social media content or just content about your business. And I did that, and there was things about the title business and what I do that I didn't even think of. And it was incredible because I got my 25 answers, who I am, what I like to do, what kind of client I'm looking for. But then it took that information and even made it better. I then took this information, pasted it into ChatGPT, and now it's uncanny. ChatGPT knows everything about my business, and it's like having a personal business coach. You have to do this, guys. Whether or not you want to be this complicated is not necessarily what you have to do, but you have to start somewhere. This was just some examples of some of the topics, and I apologize because there were so many of them, but I took those 90 answers. It's like, well, maybe you could talk about AI integration in title insurance, or how you do mobile closing, or what you get on a realtor's perspective. It was giving me ideas that I started thinking about, and I do that all the time. I go, AI, I'm about to teach a class. I want you to tell me what I can talk about. And I'm having real-time interaction. Imagine what you can do in your real estate business if you want to target more clients. It's simply astounding. So I like to start off with the concept of conversations. If you guys don't realize this, anytime you're having a conversation in ChatGPT, you have to understand that while you're in your particular prompt, and you can see some of my past searches, as you continue the conversation, then that's what it is, it's a conversation. The AI is remembering what you talked about, what answers it provided, what questions you've asked, and it can be very valuable. So if you leave that conversation and you come back to it at a later date, so maybe you're talking about recipes one day, maybe you're talking about real estate listings the next, you can come back and revisit that conversation at any time and continuing it as you left off. That is powerful. A lot of people don't realize that, and they just always do new chat, new chat, new chat. Well, I'm going to take it a next step further, and I want to introduce you to custom instructions. One of the features of the paid ChatGPT $20 a month plus feature, under settings in the lower left-hand corner, you're going to see custom instructions. From custom instructions, this is where you can have a lot of fun. You can actually see up here, it says, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide better responses? And then how would you like ChatGPT to respond? Now, I've been pretty elaborate on what I put in there, and I got that from ChatGPT, but you don't have to be as specific, but you guys have to do this. You have to tell it, I'm a realtor, I operate in Anne Arundel County, I'm looking for buyers and sellers, I like specifically senior residential housing. Whatever you do, tell it. And then how would you like it to respond? Do you want it to sound like Jerry Seinfeld? Do you want it to sound like a pirate? I don't know how you respond, but everybody's a little different, and you can kind of get a sense for mine. And then as long as I leave this feature on, anytime I prompt any question, it's gonna know I'm Chris Baker, Maryland title guy. I'm in the settlement business. I'm a former recovering realtor. I know what it's like to be in this business. I want clients such as lenders and realtors such as yourself that are tech savvy, that are willing to grow their business. And I want you to provide clear and structured answers. Guys, it makes life so much better, and the answers you get from any prompt. Now, I may decide I don't want to be Chris Baker, Maryland title guy. I can turn that feature off, and I can have that and, get pickleball advice, whatever you want. But this is a feature that I think you need to know how to do, and it's very simple. If you do have the paid premium account and you click on the settings, make sure you're utilizing custom instructions right there. A feature that was released about a week and a half ago, and this is not a paid feature, is memory. This is kind of on the same page in terms of the concept. ChatGPT is now going to have memory by default turned on, so that as you engage in conversations and queries and prompts, it's going to start remembering things about you. In this example, you can see he has a 2-year-old daughter named Lisa. He likes jellyfish. And you're going to be like, whoa, this is like having an ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend that remembers everything. And it's really cool because as you continue to prompt questions, it's going to know things about you. You're in real estate. you live in Severna Park, you like the Orioles, and it's going to answer accordingly. It's unbelievable. Now, some people go, whoa, 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 that's a little freaky. I already have enough people that know enough about me. You can turn this feature off, but I just wanted you to be aware this is available. So again, going back to my main point, you guys have got to be able to generate information about yourself to put into ChatGPT, and you can paste it right in here to the custom instructions based on your responses. And then you guys also want to utilize the memory, because that's going to give you so much and far better answers. So this is the third thing I got from Phil Stringer, which is, okay, I got all this great information about myself. The AI knows me. I have these amazing topics, 90 in fact, that I can talk about. What do I do with it? Well, here's where you can actually have the AI using this prompt, which again, I'll send out, and I'll send you the link, that you can actually have it generate the content calendar. You heard me touch on it last time. This is how you do it. And I was actually shocked when he demonstrated this. Of course, you can fill in anything in parentheses, what you want your answer to be, but it will literally generate a table based on the prompt, because it tells you to make a table. It'll tell you, okay, on Monday, you're going to do a B for blog on unlocking the secrets of AI, or a V for a short form video, or YT for YouTube. And mine went week by week by week. So I have no excuse now of what to post, because it's telling me what to do. And then if I really wanted to get into details, I could have the AI actually generate the content that I'm speaking about. It can give me the script if I'm making a video, and we'll touch on a lot of this. I'm just giving you the ideas. Any questions so far on any of these topics or anything that I've talked about so far? Making sense so far?
Chris?
Yes.
Can you go back to that one prompt? I know you're going to set it out, but I'm just messing with it right now.
Yeah. That one? Or this one? And that's all I do, just like anything in life. Great artists, what is it? Good artists paint, great artists steal. I steal everything, guys. I steal content from every idea, and I literally merge everything together, and I have no shame to know there are people way smarter than me. And Phil Stringer is fantastic. If you, again, YouTube and film, he does paid presentations where he talks a lot about the content I do. He's a broker too, and so he knows what he's talking about. But I just find some of the information that he puts out there, and I just thought, this is a game changer. Do you still need that?
What was the one before that?
This was the actual first one, which is train your GPT to fully understand your business goals. And you literally plug that in, it'll give you a list of questions, and I'm happy to demonstrate mine. I just opened a Google Doc, had it put the questions out, and I responded to them, and then I took my responses and pasted it back into custom instructions, and it gave me great info. And then I had it elaborate with the 90 questions, which gave me a ton of ideas. And then I said, all right, I got all this information and all these great ideas. I then had it generate me a content calendar, which was page after page after page, week after week. And you can make this as elaborate as you want, but that's the struggle a lot of people are having, is like, all right, I got this tool, but what do I do with it? You have everything right in your fingertips with the software. So today, again, I'm no means an expert, but I do feel compelled to share you some topics and ideas. I've compiled these from, as I said, various sources, including people I follow and steal from, newsletters, and just every day talking to people about what they're using AI for. And one of the things you're going to get today, and this is some of the links that I talk about today, also in the PDF handout, you're going to have these links. I just want you to know what tools are being developed and some of the ideas that are being in concepts. Right now, I know a lot of us spend money on photography, and we spend a lot of money to have someone go out physically to the house. And I don't think that's going to necessarily change in the future. Guys, there are tons of sites out there, and this is one that everyone's talking about called Box Brownie, that does everything from virtual staging for significantly less than a real person. You don't have to have real furniture, but they do everything from floor plans to photo enhancements to, it uses AI to generate imperceptible images of what a house could look like. I don't necessarily have all the plans, but when you see agent after agent after agent talk about something, you start to realize that this might be something to this. I mean, from everything from photo enhancement, I'm not saying you need to go out and become an expert photographer, but if you're taking your iPhone photos and maybe you have some listings, there are simply astounding things you can do with the software that you can use AI now to do it, because the technology has evolved to that point. You can declutter, remove stuff, virtual staging, hit floor plans. This is a website called Structurally. This is a great one. This is a software company focused on lead qualification through conversational AI. It specifically targets the real estate industry, and what it does is it uses an AI-powered virtual assistant to actually automatically engage and qualify your leads in real time while nurturing potential clients. So similar to what I talked about in the beginning, this is a specific company that's doing it. Again, these are all companies I'm new to, I'm not too familiar, but this is what everyone's talking about and companies are using this. Zerble, this is a real estate market automation platform specifically designed to help realtors connect and convert leads, so similar to Structurally, using automated email campaigns and actually behavioral tracking. I'm just saying, guys, you might want to just start thinking and hearing and looking into these to see if it works with your business. I'm just astounded with the way technology is moving and what these companies are able to do. This is one that I've heard about for some time. This is called SmartTip. This came out a while ago, but I think they've really evolved with AI. They're a software company that uses predictive analytics and marketing solutions, and they basically are designed to help you as realtors target specific sellers to close more deals based on vast amounts of data that would take us forever to analyze. This system does it and basically directs you for their service on who you would most likely be able to get a listing from and who's most likely to sell their house. So I would say take a look at SmartTip. I was introduced to Zenlist by another brokerage out of a company, I think it was a Douglas agent out of the city, and I was shocked at how amazing and incredible this opportunity. We were all using HomeSnap and we all use our Zillow, our company mobile apps. Zenlist is no joke. They're a company I believe out of San Francisco. They're limited access right now, but they actually take the information from Redfin, Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, and they basically create a huge, unique platform for your clients to interact and look at houses. And it's beautiful. It's simply, he signed me up and I get updates on some real part all the time. And I'm just astounded as how easy, how beautiful, and how simple it is to search for properties now. I would definitely look into Zenlist. I don't know the cost to it, but I'm just like, wow, this is how the real estate experience should be. And again, this is just one example of what AI is being used for. Offers. This is a smart data marketing platform designed specifically for the real estate industry. And what they do is, again, use predictive analytics and AI to help agents generate qualified leads and get more listings. So again, using predictive software and AI, this is another wonderful company that people are seeing from the rooftops that are helping them find actual leads and listings instead of just targeting randomness. This is specifically, I'm sure, for a fee. I would say take a look at Offers. This is one of my favorites. I talked about this. This is Synthesia. This is the website that allows you guys to generate an AI avatar of yourself, or you can use their avatars, or you can generate a voice clone of yourself. One of the many sites that do that. So if you're looking to put out content and you're not comfortable on camera, you can record a transition video of yourself for a couple minutes, and then from that point forward, your persona will be available to talk to anyone at any time using your voice. And if you don't want your image, you can use your voice, and it's simply incredible. I think you need to invest into looking into this or its competitor, HeyGen, because soon it's going to be a point where your avatar is going to be out talking on your behalf, because that is where the technology is at today.
Are you not scared of that?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely. I can show you horror stories. I mean, I think to myself, I can delve down this path of what can be used nefariously, and I hear about it all the time, but it's the same thing with the internet. We hear about hacking and scams and fraud. It's out there. We're at a whole nother level. I mean, alarms are going off everywhere because OpenAI, the founding company of ChatGPT, is a nonprofit organization. The for-profit portion of it that created ChatGPT basically during Thanksgiving, fired the CEO of the company. They're like, he's out. And everyone's like, wait a minute, this is a guy that took $0 to $8 billion company. Why would you fire him? Well, they were freaking out because the board of directors for the nonprofit was like, wait a minute, this is moving too fast, too quickly, too advanced. And the undertones, and correct me if I'm wrong, Silicon Valley, they were afraid that the software had achieved what we call in the business AGI, general intelligence, artificial general intelligence. What does that mean? They were able to demonstrate that the software wasn't just responding and taking stuff and giving you an answer, it was thinking on its own.
Yeah.
And it was developing and answering math questions that weren't supposed to answer. And then it was interpreting and coming up with solutions that they didn't program to do. So they said, hold up, boom, we need to shut this down. Well, of course, in the capitalist society we live in, Microsoft said, hey, we'll pay you, come work with us. They brought the CEO back on, fired everyone on the board and said, guys, sorry about that nonprofit part. We're moving dead ahead. They're now, the rumor is they're seeking $7 trillion to generate the technology for the next level. You've got China, Amazon, Facebook. What happens when everyone's competing? Everything gets cheaper, faster, but we become the product, and then we are the ones that sacrifice. So can it be scary? Absolutely. I don't want to freak you out, but guys, there's nothing we can do about it. The cat's out of the bag. You just need to be prepared to understand. I mean, this is just a demonstration of Synthesia that I had made. This is just
Hi,
one.
welcome to Chris's class on AI and the future. I hope you are learning a lot. This is another example of a technology he wanted to share with you today.
So I think this is a little gimmicky. I personally don't like to have someone that doesn't look like me. So for my last class, I was able to demonstrate my actual persona using HeyGen, and I got out and I spoke Spanish. You might remember that. This is another really cool one. If you are looking to put out content through video, content through podcasting, any kind of publishing, I highly, highly, highly recommend Descript. And I like Descript because for someone that puts out content, there's many different iterations of the software that you can use it for, but one of them is the ability to remove filler words. If you do a lot of recordings and you say or I can literally, the click of a button, highlight the word and it removes it and then actually aligns the video and syncs up your actual video. So if I remove those words, the video, you'll never know I said it. I can add words, remove words, because it's already cloned my voice. So if I don't like what I'm saying, or I want to change something I say, I can record a 1-minute video, but I can turn it into a 10-minute video just by typing it. Imagine the power of being able to demonstrate a listing content video, or a buyer summary video, or a video for a new client that you're going to meet. This is going to be what people are doing moving forward.
So when we're humans, we like to
I'm emphasizing that. And then the next video I took it out, but it removes the word. Here's another one. It uses AI tracking so that I can read off of a script. I can actually talk off camera and the software will align my eyes and make it look like I'm looking at you. This is built into the feature. I just thought this is incredible and I use this all the time. So when you think I'm looking at you, I'm not really looking at you. Tactic is a really cool one that I hear a lot of the big companies using. If you do team meetings, if you do online Zoom meetings, if you do corporate calls with anyone that you want to remember, this is just one of many. This will actually record the conversation. It will translate it, summarize it, and then give out like follow-up calls to action and points that people need to do. So you have a conversation that you can reference. So you're no longer just having a call, it's over and done with, nobody knows what to do. This will translate in real time. And there's a lot of these coming out, and it's simply amazing. I mean, think of the value of having a team meeting that you can reference. If you miss a meeting, you miss a presentation, or miss a call, you can now revisit it. Maybe you're talking to a seller and you get their consent at the end, you can do a follow-up. Okay, here's what we talked about, here's what we're gonna do. This website Tactic will do that for you. Durable, if you're looking to build a website, all of us want one. This will do it in a matter of seconds. All you have to do is give it the prompt, and the AI will generate a website for you that looks very beautiful. If you guys are looking to enhance your headshots, enhance your photos, age or de-age your photos, anything you want, this is the one I hear a lot about called Remini. And Remini is one of those websites that are online that gives you so many tools I don't want to even begin to talk about, but I just thought it was pretty cool that you could take an old digitized photo of a family member or something that's black and white or something that's grainy and doesn't look really pixelated, and using AI and predictive generate tactics, it'll take a photo and make it clear, make it crisp, it's amazing what people are doing with it, but a lot of agents are using this for their headshots, and we'll leave it at that. If you're looking to put out a podcast, if you're looking to convert any of your content, maybe you have a website, maybe you have a blog, maybe you have a YouTube channel or a Facebook page, and you want to take that content and repurpose it into something that's in an e-article, like an ebook that you want to put out for people to click and get, allwrite.ai will do that for you. So you can throw your content into it, it will generate and make a PDF that you can then share with your clients. So imagine all the YouTube videos you might have put out or social media posts, and you want to put it into something that's tangible to share with your clients to make you look like an expert. Well, guess what? There's a website that does it. Tone. This is great for people that are lazy that want to do slideshow presentations but don't know where to begin. Tome will do it for you. All you have to do is type it in, and we'll generate the slide deck for you, make the images, and then you can edit them to your heart's content. It's simply crazy that you can do that. Designer, this is one that you take, again, and just like the other one, and it converts all your data and material into ebooks, reports, and blog posts that you can use. One of my favorite features of ChatGPT, and I emphasize everybody do this, is to go to the Chrome Web Store. And if you use Google Chrome as your browser, this is simply crazy. There's one of the applications is called YouTube Summary with ChatGPT and Claude. Claude just happens to be Amazon's version. Now, forever, in my browser, when I'm on a YouTube video, right over here is this transcribed summary. I just click on the ChatGPT icon. It will automatically extract the transcription from every YouTube video. For those that don't know, every YouTube video has a transcription of what's said. And we'll take that and we'll summarize it, and then it will give the key takeaways. So if you like to consume content, you like TED Talks, any video you want, the time this saves you, because AI will analyze it, interpret it, and summarize for you, is mind-blowing. And this is free to use. I highly encourage you guys to download this, so it's always going to remain in your browser, so that when you're looking for stuff, especially if you're looking to get ideas, and this is how I get a lot of my content on AI. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I was just introducing this to another agent in the room. Pi, P-I, by a company called Inflection, Pi AI, is what we call a supportive and empathetic conversational AI. I'm not kidding you guys. When you get a chance to download this and play with this, it is uncanny. It makes ChatGPT look like an amateur. This is so much fun to talk to. I have spent more time talking to this thing because when it responds to you, when I say it sounds like a human, it has breath in it. Okay, Chris, let's talk about this. And it'll laugh, it'll chuckle, it's surreal. And I have had everything from parenting advice to a dispute I had with my neighbor. And it gives me all types of advice. It's crazy. It's free. It's made by Inflection AI. I cannot encourage you enough to try this out. If you really want to talk to someone and get some advice, but it's an AI, have some fun with that one. Perplexity, this is another mind-blowing one. We all use Google right now for our search, and I think Perplexity is basically, it's an AI-powered search engine. It's free to use and chatbot, and basically using algorithms and neuro-linguistic processing and machine learning, it provides the most incredible results. It makes Google look like chump change. This is a free site too, and there are paid features, but if you want to get research done and actually more in-depth answers using the power of AI, this is, again, can bypass ChatGPT in terms of its functionality. This one is simply incredible, so I highly look at that one. This is really cool. I don't know, I never heard about this, but Google has an app they acquired called Socratic, and this is fantastic for research and for students. It's primarily focused at college kids and high school kids, but I was just astounded by it. If you've got a math problem, a homework problem, any kind of problem, you can literally take a picture of it with your phone. It will interpret it and determine what the math problem is, and it will solve it for you and show you the step-by-step. I mean, you don't even need a tutor anymore. You can actually just take your phone for free, and it will analyze, and I tried it on all my kids' Common Core, because we all know what the hell is Common Core math. None of us know it, but he comes home and asks me questions, and I can take a picture that will solve the problem for me. So don't be surprised when kids are no longer going to be educated now, because AI is doing everything for them. It's a wild time, but it's like the old saying when we were growing up, why do you need to learn this? It's not like we're going to walk around with a calculator in our pocket. It's all we have in our pockets now, our calculator. So same concept, guys, don't fight this. This is where the world is, and this is what kids are using, and it's not, we're not going with that. But this was, it's so much fun to play with. Otter, another transcription tool. If you have conversations, you're doing one-to-one with buyers, you're sitting in person, hell, even if you're at a meeting today, it will transcribe real-time conversation, summarize it, and create a follow-up to you. So this is one that's been out quite a while. It's one of the most popular ones. Another great website for using AI is Aragon.ai. If you're looking to upload your photos, or it can generate AI headshots for you. So if you don't want to pay a photographer, you can have some fun with it. It can be a little strange. Some of the ones I developed, I was like, yeah, I'm not putting that on social media. But it's a lot of fun. Beautiful AI. If you're looking to do presentations, such as what I'm doing today, you can have it actually do the slide deck for you and create the presentations for you. I do want to point out another web chat GPT Google Chrome extension store. If you guys are using the free version of ChatGPT and you're not paying for the features to have access to the internet, ChatGPT is going to cut you off. It's not going to give you responses based on what you're looking for, and therefore things like market stats or updated data, it's going to be cut off, I think, as of April of 2023. With this web ChatGPT plugin, at the bottom of ChatGPT, there's going to be a little button that just says web access. You turn that on, and now all your searches that you do on ChatGPT will be able to go out and scrape the internet and give you the relevant data. So if you don't want to pony up and pay for ChatGPT Plus, this is a free alternative to that. So I wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that. The big problem right now with AI, especially if you're putting out content, is its ability to plagiarize and sound too fake, too inhuman, too robotic. Google's actually penalizing people now for content that's been generated by AI that they're trying to leverage to build their brand and their name. Undetectable AI can now take that content that you've made in ChatGPT, maybe it's that wonderful listing description that we all can tell is not real. You can throw it into undetectable, and it will determine if it sounds like AI and if it's detectable by Google. And if you want, you can humanize it and make it into something that sounds like a real live human being. I mean, this is the world that we're in. Google detects it, you can trick it and make it sound like a human. I love NVIDIA. This is built directly into ChatGPT, and I can do a demonstration of it. You can visit and download, go to the website itself, or you can do it right within ChatGPT. You can actually, using text, say, I want to make a video about AI, real estate, and the pros and cons, and I want you to do upbeat music with a guy that sounds like David Attenborough, and I want you to, touch on the reason why, whatever you want, and it will generate the video and actually make it. So in my example, I said, make a movie about a realtor struggling with technology and using AI. Make it start off sad, but then make it the hero at the end, and how they're able to wow people using AI on a fun, upbeat soundtrack with a cool, hip American narrator. And then I just said go. And this is right within ChatGPT using the AI by NVIDIA. And it literally goes out, pulls the stock footage, animates it with video and sound, puts the lyrics on it, and then compiles an AI-generated voice. And this is again, because I don't pay for it, I can do 4 a month. It uses stock footage, but this was done in 1 minute.
Ever wonder what it's like for a realtor trying to navigate the digital maze in today's real estate industry? Picture this, a seasoned realtor, skilled in the traditional art of selling homes, suddenly finding themselves overwhelmed by the demands of the digital age. The world of online listings, social media promotion, virtual tours, and AI tools seems daunting and complicated. This is our realtor's reality. Our realtor, like many others, initially stumbles through this digital landscape. The struggle is real. Virtual tours seem impersonal and detached. Social media platforms are a labyrinth of posts, tags, and hashtags. And AI, it feels like an alien concept, more science fiction than real estate tool. But as the saying goes, necessity is the mother of invention. One day, amidst the frustration, our realtor stumbles upon a revelation. AI isn't the enemy. On the contrary, it's a potential ally. This realization ignites a spark of curiosity that propels our realtor on a journey of digital discovery. With a newfound sense of determination, our realtor begins to experiment with AI tools. They start creating virtual tours that are not just visually appealing, but immersive and interactive. They begin using AI to sift through vast amounts of property data, enabling them to make personalized property recommendations that hit the mark every time. They even streamline their communication channels, making interactions with clients efficient and hassle-free. And just like that, our realtor goes from being overwhelmed by technology to harnessing its power. They become a digital maestro, conducting a symphony of virtual tours, personalized recommendations, and efficient communication with the baton of AI. The climax of this journey? A significant deal closed, not in spite of the use of AI, but because of it. The applause is loud and clear as clients and peers alike recognize and admire our realtor's innovative approach. It's a testament to their resilience, adaptability, and willingness to embrace change. Our realtor's
But clearly, that can be as specific or as broad as you want. You can go back and edit, change the music, change the voice, add or remove text. But I mean, guys, you can literally type something up and it makes a move for you. I mean, this is going to be very powerful when you're trying to market a listing. Imagine you just tell your avatar to make a video about your upcoming listing. It goes out to the internet, gets all the data, puts the video together. You're talking, it's your voice. You're now able to generate content unlimited on any topic you want. So people are going to see you as the resource for anything real estate related because you have all these tools working for you in the background. Another great one that can summarize, I'm just trying to give you multiple options. Waved AI, another transcription service built right into the phone if you're looking to transcribe and remember all conversations you have. This was my HeyGen recommendation. I think they're one of the best in terms of the avatars, likeness, and real, and the way you can make an instant avatar of yourself is unmatched as far as I've seen so far. This is one I use all the time. I will take my 1 hour or so YouTube video and I will plug it into Opus Clip. It will analyze the video, determine what is the most clip-worthy and viral clip of that, and will take that and parse it out, put captions over it, and then send me multiple clips that I can then share on social media, all with the click of a button. I don't have to do any editing. I don't have to break anything down. So if you are looking to put out content and you want a service that does it for it, Opus Clip is simply incredible that you can do that with. And this was just, again, an example of a class I taught at the board where it actually gave me a ranking score of the most virality. I don't know how it determines it using AI, but it then gives me these posts which I can easily share on the socials. 11 Labs is the de facto standard in generative voice AI. If you guys want to clone your voice, maybe you don't want to go on video and you want to have your voice and likeness, but you can have it say whatever you want, as much as you want. You can have a lot of fun with this. There's simply no one that can beat AI, the generative voice AI of 11 Labs. Any language, so you can market your services to any content, to any demographic, all using AI. So there are agents out there that are now creating content on their listing, but they're marketing it to different demographics because they can speak any language in the world.
Thank you for coming to my presentation today. I'm super excited to teach you guys about artificial intelligence and in particular ChatGPT. Here's another example of artificial intelligence being used to generate.
I mean, that's crazy. So I always like to talk about one of the features you can do in ChatGPT and much of the AI out there is the ability for you to upload data. And you can do anything from PDFs to CRM data from your network of people, Excel spreadsheets. So I was demonstrating one time, I don't have access to Bright anymore, but I had an agent I was sitting with and I just pulled up, in particular, some tax records from Bright on Severna Park. And I took those tax records, I exported them to a CSV file, or maybe it was a PDF, and I listed the deed mortgage record date, the equity in the house, the tenure, and all the relevant data I could. I can't remember the exact export one. I think it was the summer one. And then I took that data and I uploaded it into ChatGPT, and because ChatGPT can read any kind of file, it was able to analyze the data. And I said, well, tell me what you can about this. Who's the most likely to list their home for sale based on the deed record date and the equity in the house? And it was able to give me a list of sellers. And I was like, oh my God, can you imagine the power? This is big data analytics, and this is what the power is going to be. There are companies that are going to be doing this for you. You're going to pay a fee. It's going to use predictive analytics. It's going to take real-time data, which is the currency of today, and it's going to be able to pull that out, take that, and then present it to you for a fee. But if you can do it yourself, and maybe there's someone out there that can help you with it, we're going to talk about that in a minute, I would recommend it. So this was just, again, what I did. I was able to take the CMA view, that's what it was. I uploaded it to ChatGPT. It gave me a breakdown of that particular, what it was looking at, because it knows how to read a PDF. And then I was able to ask it any question about that data. In this example, how many sales took place that were colonial style in 3 or more bedrooms? Could you guys have figured that out? I'm sure. But to have an AI robot that can read it for you, it tells you exactly what you're looking for. I think that if you're not using RPR, Realtors Property Resource, built right into RPR, guys, is all of this data. It's called the Market Trend Scriptwriter. Right in RPR for you guys, all as realtors have access to. It will create video scripts for you, build social campaigns, or analyze metrics. So you guys can pull all that data that you're sitting on with your Bright subscription and generate this content and not even have to use ChatGPT. I just want to make sure you know that's out there. Virtual staging, again, another wonderful company that everyone's talking about. Here's a third one, RE8 Imagine Home. This was the third one I heard people talking about. If you're looking to do a digital floor plan, this is one using AI. You can just literally take a picture of a room. I have no idea how it does it, but it uses the LiDAR, which is on your iPhone, to measure the room and will generate a 3-dimensional floor plan, and it works because I've tried it out. It's wild. This one is the one that I just recently came across, and this still blows me away. This is called Be Human. I'm going to let this guy talk, and then we're going to touch on why I think this is important.
We just found a great AI tool for you realtors, especially if you focus on your sphere of influence, but there's a ton of uses for what that should be. So it is called BeHuman.ai. And check this out. You shoot one video, one time. Hey John, it's Andrew. I wanted to invite you to my client event. And then of course, anything else you would generally say in that video. Then here's the really cool part. You upload a CSV file, or of course you can type them in manually if you would like, their name and their email address, or however you want to get in touch with them. And you upload it to the system and hit submit. What this is going to do is it is actually going to manipulate the video to change your words and your voice itself. It's going to be in your voice, and change the names of hey John, would be hey Steve, hey Jessica, hey whatever the names are that you put in that list. And then it's going to send that customized video to them. So you can blast this out to your entire database and have it be personalized.
So think of the power. You have 100, 300, 8,000 names in your CRM. You make one video, you can then tailor that content one time with the power of AI. I'm going to say it's 47 minutes in. I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to ask questions, get some snacks. I'm going to keep going if you want me to. I'm happy to continue, but I don't want to belabor your. So ask me questions, yes.
Can you demonstrate the way that you did the Bright MLS thing? I think that's probably one of the most important things for all of us.
So one of the things when you're in ChatGPT, and for those that are blind, I'm going to zoom in on it. When you have the ChatGPT software, you'll notice up here on the left, I have the paid subscription. So I have the ability to upload images and analysis. If you're on the paid version and you're down here, you will not see a paperclip. Therefore, I cannot attach anything. But when I'm in the paid version, that's what one of the values and why I encourage you guys to consider having the paid version. You'll see this paperclip. And this is where you can attach documents. So in this example, if I can find, I'm just gonna grab, let's see if on my desktop, I just downloaded the residential contract of sale. In this example, I don't know if I have an actual data set, but if I upload a PDF, in this example, it's the residential contract of sale, we can upload anything. And now that it's in there, I can send it in. I didn't even ask it a question, I just uploaded it. ChatGPT is gonna basically import it, it's gonna read the document, and once it's done reading it, and now it says this document is a residential contract of sale, because it can read it, designed for the sale and purchase of improved family residential contract of sale, and it will go in. And I'm like, okay, I'm a new agent, I don't know anything about the residential contract of sale, my broker or my manager isn't around, and I need to know what our settlement costs. So I can talk about anything in that document. Let me just say, let me ask you, what are settlement costs? And this is just an example of how you upload something. So you basically just have a conversation with the system, and the system's gonna read and go, okay, I know that you uploaded the contract, I know there's a paragraph in regards to settlement costs, and it will summarize it for you, and I can get as nitty-gritty as I want. So imagine I have a book, a newsletter, a website, a YouTube video, anything I can think to my heart's content. I can then just start asking it questions in real time because it knows what I'm talking about. So here it is specifically giving me all the meats and bones of that particular document. And I might be like, whoa, this is too complicated. I don't necessarily understand what these mean. Can you break this down for me and make it more simpler? Well, sure, ChatGPT doesn't care. Talk to me like I am an 8th grader, because it knows how to do that. So imagine wills, contracts. If you're comfortable, again, you gotta be wary of privacy. I sometimes take real estate contracts I receive and I upload it, and it can interpret it, analyze, and explain everything to me in a matter of seconds. So this will basically give you the ability to do that. Now, if I have a spreadsheet, like a CRM, I don't know if I have one. Let me see if I have one. Severna Park top agents. Okay, I think I did this one time. Let me see if I can upload that one. I'm gonna add another document. We're gonna go to my desktop. We're gonna go to Severna Park top agents, which is I think I had. So here's a CSV file that I had downloaded from Brokermetrics that had some data on some agents. Hopefully I don't throw anyone under the bus. I'm just gonna go ahead and upload. Again, this was a CSV file. It could have been an Excel spreadsheet, could have been a PDF. It doesn't matter. If you have something that's a file that you can email, all you have to do is click on that and upload it. So let me go ahead and see what this says. So if you had a database of your clients, maybe it was their phone numbers, their emails. You have a CRM, you can export it. Maybe you want to send out a holiday list for people that's anniversary was a year ago. All that data is in your CRM. You might not know how to do it. All you do is throw it into the system and ask it any question you want. So let's see what it says once we got that up there. Here are the top agents at Severna Park. And this was at a snapshot in time in one particular area. But imagine the power if you're looking to target homeowners, you can do that. I use this to target agents and realtors, but I can ask it anything I want about that particular document. So it summarizes it for you, but I don't have access to Bright anymore, but I would just go to the public records. I would go to a particular geographic area, maybe it's a farm that you're working on, and I would export that data for that particular location, and then I would upload, just like I did with this, into Bright. And basically, since it's all data, you can ask it any question you want. So when you export public records, use the CMA summary. I believe that's the one that has the most data. One of them on there was deed record date. But as you can see, the power lies in your ability to just converse and have a conversation about any document, anytime. And this is just one example, guys. This is ChatGPT. I think the power is having it take that information and then have it generate marketing pieces. So maybe you want to do a Facebook post or an Instagram post or a YouTube video, and you can wow your customers and clients by doing that. But that's one of the powers of having the actual attachment feature on Pay Plus. Now, I do want to let you know, if you don't want to pay for ChatGPT, Google has one called Notebook LM. Notebook LM by Google is, again, free. Similar concept. It's going to be one I touch on in a minute. You can do the same thing. When you create a notebook in Google, you can actually upload the, sorry, I'm putting this down. You can upload, in this example, I did the same thing. I did the residential contract to sale, which I have over here. I can upload multiple PDFs. Maybe I have a contract to sale, maybe I have a PIN, maybe I have an addendum to the contract, maybe I have a contract that I sold last year. You can throw that all into a notebook, and then you can ask questions based on those PDFs, and it will cross-reference the data and summarize and come up with answers that you could have never thought of. I think this is amazing. I think the demonstration someone was talking about was maybe you have a multiple offer situation and you have a spreadsheet broken down with your different offers. You can throw it into ChatGPT, you can throw it into Google LM, Notebook LM, and then you can have it analyze the offers based on the terms and then help you decide on which was the best term. I don't know, it's just a suggestion. But this is a free feature that Google uses called Notebook LM. By the way, just so you can see it, this was the example of the 90 things that it generated for me, and as you can see, there's tons and tons and tons. That's from that prompt I shared in the beginning. Imagine doing this with your business and getting all of these answers and then copying it into the AI and then being able to ask questions. It's going to be astounding what it can do for you guys. And just so you can see back to my example of the questions it generated for me, these were the questions that it asked me. What specific services do you offer? And then I answered it. Who are your primary customers? And then I answered it. So that took about 10 minutes. But once I have this, I now save this in my custom instructions anytime I want to get really nitty gritty. But that is a very powerful feature, and you need to do that with AI. Any more questions, or can I elaborate more on that? Yes? Oh my gosh, I can't believe you asked that. I literally was testing this out yesterday. I uploaded, and I got freaked out because I uploaded some W-2 income, some 1099 income, some statements, and that's one of the features that you can do with ChatGPT. And because all that information is in there, I could start asking it questions, and it was almost like having a tax accountant and the way it was able to answer it. And I was like, this is too weird, and then it freaked me out. But for those that are interested in doing it, just so you know, under ChatGPT, and I apologize for that, I'm not sure why I'm doing that. One of the things you're going to notice with the paid feature is over here on the left, you're going to have what are called GPTs. GPTs are their version of apps. And these are where the power of the software comes in, because we all have the basic ability to write a prompt. But over here, when you click on Explore GPTs, you're going to get their version of many different ones that are trending and popular that are specific to particular topics. I'm okay with that. There's everything from coloring bookmaker to chef to cartoonize yourself. That's all fine and good. The power is when you create your own GPT. So in my example, I've created a couple of them. I have taken books. I have one for personal development. I have one for fitness. I have one for making motivational posters. I actually took my personal development library, and from here, and let me go ahead and show you what I did, I was able to upload many books that are popular in the personal development field, throw them into ChatGPT, and now anytime I want to get advice from Napoleon Hill or Stephen Covey or Tony Robbins, because it's read Think and Grow Rich, it's read Unleash the Power Within, it's read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, I can now access that data and answer questions on that particular topic because I've created a GPT or an app for free, and I can use it anytime. And if I decide, I can actually send it out so anyone can use it, and I can monetize it. So maybe you have an idea using AI that you want to leverage and make into something really powerful. Some of the other ones I've made one for interpreting the contract to sale. I've made one with all my personal finance information. So if you want to, I put all the books that are popular on personal finance. So now if you have a particular question on a particular topic, you can make your own GPT using the power of AI right in there. So I made one called My Own Personal Tax Accountant, and I actually threw my taxes in there, and it freaked me out because I thought it knows too much about me, somebody's gonna steal my identity. So it can do it, yes, have fun with it. I don't know if that helps answer your question, but you have one over here.
I was gonna ask about the realtor's property resource. I hear that quickly.
So for those that remember, NARPR, National Associations of Realtor Property Resource, I think that's what that website's called, NAR, and I gotta remember it, NARRPR, that's what it is. Gotta remember it. I don't have it, NARRPR.com. This is the site that's provided by us, and I don't have my account anymore, I don't think it'll work. Let's see what it does, if it lets me in. Yeah, I'm no longer a NAR member, but just using your NERDS number, as we call it, your NARDS number, this gives you access to this wonderful software that's been around for a long time to generate seller reports, property reports, buyer reports. But one of the new features in there is that that script writer, that social media. I encourage you to use it. Nobody else in the public can use this except for realtors, and this is free to you guys. I just don't have access to it because I'm no longer a realtor.
Chris, we got a question over here.
Sure.
I actually just did a report.
How'd it go? I'm actually curious.
It's so much better.
Better
It
than
used to be.
better than just using RPR and trying to figure it out on your own. It generates it for
I
you.
just think the software in general, it's probably because of AI.
Matt, what did you use it for specifically, if you don't mind me asking?
The CMA. Like
Okay.
before-
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So instead of doing a CMA through Bright, you just went to RPR, had the address, and it generated. How did it come out? Was it something that was?
It's amazing. There's like a 25-page option. There's an 80-page option. How I use it is listing appointment. I'll keep it kind of in my back pocket to know kind of what I'm walking into and see how close it is to the bullseye. But if you got that seller that's like, no, I need to know before you leave. I'm always a two-step listing appointment guy. But if they're like, I have to know, I'd be like, well, this is what my technology came up with. Like, you can't hold me to this.
And they don't argue with it because your technology said it. And if the internet says it,
But I
it's
give
true.
myself an out by saying, this is what technology came up with. Let's see if I can prove it right or prove it wrong. And it buys it every day.
How long have you been using it?
I just started using it again because I got away from it because it was very inaccurate.
It was inaccurate.
Terrible.
And it's better now.
The last 9 months, it's hit it almost on the bullseye.
I was only recently introduced to it because I follow Tom Ferry, which, as you guys know, is a real estate coach. He was singing its praises, so I figured it had to be legitimate if he talked about it. It sounds like we're getting the endorsement from you. So, guys, look into that. I would highly recommend that.
Hey, Matt, did you ever use Comparing Canary? I'm just curious if they're both pulling in the same database.
The ones, like the Canary reports that I've used, it's always normally within the same range.
Okay.
So it just gives you kind of your parameters, I guess, for from the price per square foot. But, there's some houses that were like new construction, they've never been relisted, you have no idea what they're going to pay. You have a house, I just sold a house in Italy, it's been there for 65 years. wants to know out of state is how much is it worth? I'm like, I have no idea. I'm like, well, how do you not know? You can't say that answer to me.
Yeah.
Here's multiple different technologies that I have access to that you don't.
Exactly.
But I need to walk the property and give you my professional advice so that you buy yourself that time. Don't ever say, oh no.
That was not a paid endorsement. No, in all seriousness, I'm just here to introduce you to these topics, and here we are, someone that's using it himself, and tell you all about it. Just a few more, just wanted to touch on I Love PDF. If you have PDFs, you want to do anything with them, this is just a really cool website I thought was pretty nice. If you want to, merge them and turn it into an image, ChatGPT can do this. You can throw any document in there, any picture, and ask it to change a JPEG to a TIFF or a Word document to a PDF. But here's another dedicated site called I Love PDF if you're interested. I always like to throw this on at the end. This is just a little bonus. Just again, singing the praises of video. Guys, video is using the currency of today, which is attention. And you can hate it or love it. Video is where it's at right now. For the agents that are benefiting from this and using it, it's a huge advantage. A lot of people aren't comfortable doing it, but I always like to touch on one of the best ways that I think that you should be using AI right now is, for example, we all know what Google is, and this was just a question I asked this morning. How do I apply for a mortgage? We all know how to go to Google, ask a question, and get an answer. Have you ever noticed the people also ask, there's always these additional questions, and we don't really think twice of it. This is another Tom Ferry thing that I thought, this is huge, you guys need to take advantage of it. What if you become the agent that answers these questions? Take this, put it into ChatGPT or whatever AI you're using, have it answer the question and say, you know what, I want you to summarize that into a 1-minute video so that I can put on TikTok. Guess what it's going to do? Or YouTube, or whatever social media. And you continue to go down there, and then you put that out on your socials. Well, guess what? That's going to start linking back to Google because people are going to see you on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. As the agent, they are answering these questions. So the next time someone's applying for a mortgage, and they just happen to go, well, I want to know what are the first steps. Loan officers, I encourage you to do this. Do the same thing with real estate. How do I find a realtor? How do I list my house? And then take these questions, and you're like, all right, Chris, that's a good idea. How do I do that? We all have a free tool called CapCut. CapCut is made by a company called TikTok. It's a little unknown video sharing platform that's out on the internet today. This is a very robust, very advanced, but yet simple feature that's free to do. You can do tremendous things with it. I like to use it for the basics and the simplest things. And the one I want to talk about right now is the teleprompter. We have the ability using CapCut to record videos and actually have the teleprompter on your phone highlight the script so you can read it as if you're looking at the camera, so that you don't have to work your way through it and look like an idiot. So this was me. I just used a generic example. I used ChatGPT to say, what is title insurance? I went into CapCut, put that, posted it right on the teleprompter, and it read it for me. And obviously this is just getting, I know what title insurance is, but you guys get the idea. You can make any video on any topic. Imagine if you took those people also asked questions, you answered them using AI, went to CapCut, created a little 1-minute video about those particular topics, and now you have a repertoire of videos and information that you can put out on any topic. Guess who's going to look like the expert? I think this is an example that I can walk you through, and I'm happy to do this if anyone wants to demo, but this is the video.
I'm going to show you a great new feature that you can use your smartphone with, and it's going to be using an app called CapCut. Now, CapCut is owned by TikTok, which of course encourages you to make as many videos as you can, but I think it's a wonderful ability for you to, on your phone, make quick videos and edit them however you want. And one of my favorite things is the teleprompter feature. So basically what that means is you can create a video and have a teleprompter have a script right in front of you that you can read, which makes it a hell of a lot easier than trying to read from a document or memorize. So if you notice when you're on the home screen, if you come up here and you click the drop down arrow on the top right and you click on camera, you can see that you can pick between 60 seconds or longer to make a video, but you'll see at the top right under the little circle arrow is looks like a, let's see if I can touch the screen, I'll show you this icon right here, brings up the teleprompter. Now I've already generated a script from ChatGPT that I've pasted in here, but if you have something that you want to type manually or just paste in here, you can do so. If you click on this little icon on the lower right, this will give you the ability to increase or decrease the speed, along with the ability to make it bigger or smaller for us boomers that can't read at the screen. And then all you have to do is hit the record button and read from the script. potential losses due to defects in the title of property, blah, blah, blah. Now, once that's done, I can hit the check mark, but let's say I don't want the teleprompter, you can just hit the X. Let's say I want to generate captions for what I just said. In other words, have the text on the bottom. Now, I didn't speak very long in that video, but let's go ahead and show you how to do that. If I hit the check mark, hit OK. Potential losses due to defects in the title of property, blah, blah, blah. And you see potential losses. You see a little A with a box around it on the right-hand side underneath the microphone. Click on that, and then click Generate. It'll do it automatically. It'll take a little longer depending on what you said. And then I can play around and move it back and forth, change the font size. The reason I encourage you to do captions is most people are watching their videos at the doctor's office or the dentist, and they don't have sound on, so they're not going to know what you're saying. But videos are consumed all the time with the reading. We all do it, so I encourage you to use that. How many of you have seen the green screen? This is really popular. This is where people take an image, an article, a website, and then they overlay their head and they talk about it. People love this stuff. We all consume it. It's very easy to do using a free software like CapCut, and I just wanted you guys to be aware of how to do it.
So this is the feature that a lot of people like to also use using CapCut for free, which is generating posts for what's called green screen effect. And these are really popular where you see somebody take an image like a newspaper article or something that they're trying to demonstrate and they overlay their video of themselves talking about it. So if you click on the new project in the drop down arrow, you click on the camera and bring up the camera and you decide again how long you want to make the video. In this example, we'll do 60 seconds. If you click the little effects button on the lower left hand corner, then they'll take green screen. We're just going to use the one that's, I guess, the second from the top on the left-hand side, where we're going to click on that, and as you can see, it automatically puts it back on. I can actually, take a picture of something that whatever's in your camera roll, maybe have a article and talk about this. And then you can pinch to zoom, overlay it, record, and make a video. I just think that's really popular if you're looking to put out content. That was the green screen. I'm going through, I won't do that. Guys, not only do you have ChatGPT, I do want to let you know that Google has its competitor, because they're not going to sit by idly, as they always say, and let them eat their lunch. If you haven't seen it, it used to be called Bard. It's now called Gemini. It is incredible because it's very similar to ChatGPT. However, the difference that lies with Google, and this is why I think you need to be aware of it, is it leverages all the Google products. So anyone that uses YouTube, Google Maps, Gmail, Google Docs, Google Flights, Google anything, it will be built in and incorporated because they own all of that. ChatGPT does not. So imagine the power of you to be able to ask anything about any of those documents, cross-platform. Gemini, because it's an AI large language model, will be able to reference it. So I thought, let me test this out. I just said, hey, can you tell me about the emails I got from my son about the yearbook? I don't remember when I got them. I don't remember how I got them, but it went in and found the emails. And yes, my son goes to Spring Park Middle School, and I did get in on the last day to get his photo. But I just thought, oh my God, that's crazy. Imagine all the documents and emails and the YouTube videos. Maybe you watched a video on YouTube on a recipe and you don't remember how many eggs to buy. All you have to do is go, hey, can you tell me what eggs are in that chicken piccata video? And it'll just tell you the answer because it has everything you've ever done on Google. So I'm going on a Disney cruise next week and I'm going to Mexico. So I used it there to give me not only what to do in Cozumel, the map overlay because it has Google Maps. It was able to help book a flight, all because it uses Google, all within the AI, all for free. It is wild. This is Google LM. I touched on that already. This is, again, I just uploaded the contract to sale. So you can throw any PDF into Google and let it analyze it. So if you want to do your contract, your spreadsheets, your cost analysis, anything you want, it can do it. I just want to end with this. This is another technology for us nerds out there. Has anyone had an opportunity to try this thing out yet? Does anyone know what you're looking at right there? Okay, do you remember when the iPhone came out and we're all on our Blackberries with our little ball and we're clicking and typing, and some of us were cool enough and had the Sony stylus and we're hunting pecking, and Steve Jobs comes out on stage and says, here's the iPhone. It's a music player, internet device, and a phone all in one. And we're like, where's the keyboard? And you're like, where's the stylus? And we all laughed at it and we said, that's the stupidest thing we ever saw. And we never believed, and yet every single one in this room has a touchscreen phone. Most of us probably have iPhones. I just wanted to point this out. If you had the opportunity to go try Apple's new Vision OS operating system, I don't think I can put into words the experience of what, you're probably seeing the videos on YouTube and the people commentary. It's astounding. I don't have $3,500 to spend on something like this because I think it's a little too beyond, but we want to talk about cutting edge technology. What blew me away, and I recorded this all, my interaction with this, I am in a store, I am a 50-year-old male. I have never in my life experienced a moment where technology was so real, it felt like magic. And I'm talking about this because I'm just giving you a sample of where the world's going. When you put this device on, it's essentially like having your iPhone in front of you. I can see everything in the world except there's an overlay, almost like a frosted glass of my iPhone screen that I can look at and walk around. And then at some point a butterfly came flying out of the air and landed on my hand, and I probably look like a moron. Remember, I can see every one of them there, and this butterfly, and then a dinosaur came out and tried to eat me, and I almost threw the device off. And then I had my website up here, and I had a movie going on here, and then he said, take this little dial. I scrolled it, the next thing you know, I'm on the moon, and I could hear my echo, and I was like, this is crazy. I thought, what would happen if they did this in real estate? So of course, I find out that Zillow, this is what it looks like in real time. You can see the real world, not just like an overlay. And this was the examples. People are able to use spatial computing. They can put their Google YouTube video here, and they can walk into the kitchen, and people are using it for cooking videos, and they're putting their cooking video here, and then they go to their bedroom and the calendar for their house and their to-do list, and it remembers because of spatial awareness where your apps are. But I thought, how cool would this be in real estate? And of course, Zillow, now using Apple Vision Pro, is going to give the ability to do spatial computing walkthroughs. So clients are no longer going to have to physically go in a house. They're going to be able to sit in the comfort of their own home and walk through in real time as if they're in the house. I'm just giving you a sample, not necessarily AI, where the future is going, so you guys can be prepared, because you can't say you didn't hear about it when it happens. But I don't know. It's hard to keep up with all the technologies out there, but I just thought that was a little treat to share with you guys about that experience. Lastly, if anybody knows I'm in the title business, I want to let you know I'm happy to send you guys a link if you ever need a quote for title services. But I wanted to answer any questions or give you specific demonstrations of anything that you guys saw me talk about, anything you'd like to know, any positive stories you've been using. Who's used AI to have a success story? Does anyone have an example? Yes. Has anyone had any sample experiences of using any of the AI software, not necessarily ChatGPT, Google, that they'd like to share? I know Matt was telling me about his example. Guys, as soon as I close my laptop and leave, there's going to be a new product, a new service. It is tough to keep up with the advancement. I just want you guys to understand you have to be aware, and I will continually send out links, videos, pictures. I can even do a newsletter. If you guys want to know what's impacting real estate, I want to be able to show that to you guys. But I did want to have the opportunity, if it's okay with you guys, I had the privilege of briefly meeting a family member of Kim's that would like to possibly talk about something. I'm over here talking about the general importance of AI, but they have the experience because they actually have a company that kind of touches on this, and I don't want to take too much of it away. So if you want to have an opportunity to come up and maybe talk about your business and what you guys do and what Fasterwise is, I'm going to hand this over. Oh yeah, we're supposed to pull a number out of the hat, and Kim, what do we get? Do we get a new Mercedes? What do we win? Okay, whoever gets the number, we're going to have you pick. All right, here we go. You want to take that one? All right, you can read it. All right. The number is
number 5. Number 5 is the winner.
Who's got number 5? And then is there a number for each table, or is that the number at the table? All right. No one's got number 5? No one's got number 5? It's rigged. It's a scam. It's a scam.
Number 17.
No one?
Lucky number 17. All right.
All right, you're
another one.
Another one.
Let's try for 29. We'll keep rolling. We'll keep rolling until we get there.
It's like bingo. Anybody?
30.
Number 30. Oh!
Winner, chicken dinner. So that table, that's okay. So she gets this. So we keep going. Is what we're doing.
Okay, 30.
28. Oh,
The same table?
I'm not sure how that works.
How do you do that? 'Cause- oh shoot, you took a. I think we have
Yeah, there we go.
we have a battle to the death.
And that's 2, right? That's 2. One more. Woo. Number 18. Hey!
Ah.
I don't know that I need the mic.
You can project.
This is totally. I can project. Yeah.
My biggest problem doing this is like, all right, Chris, what do I do? Where do I start? Who do I don't know. So in come these two lovely people that just happen to maybe possibly be able to help you. So have at it.
Thank you, Chris. What we do, by the way, I'm Alejo. This is Paige. We started this organization with, yeah, sure. We started this organization with a bunch of very excited people. People kind of like people in this room that were doing other things and were curious and were willing to put in time to understand. And there was about 25 of us. And over time, we realized we need to focus on what is important within AI, which is people actually using it, people actually getting their hands on it. And that's why I appreciate what you're doing so much, Chris, because this, what people that are very deep in the industry see this as basic, but this is the useful thing. These are the useful things. This is what helps you understand, okay, how can I bring it into my life? So what we do is grab a lot of the components that you, Chris, talked about and put them together into a useful system. What might that look like? Well, you talked about custom instructions. You talked about putting your story of, hey, this is who I am. And ChatGPT can help you find out the questions that you need to answer. This is how I run my business. Think about that as context. And that's step number 1. You have the context of your business. Number 2 is, well, what do you want to do with that information? Now that you have all that information about your business, what are some useful questions? Well, a content schedule for social media. Great question to ask. But if you don't have the context, it's going to be just the same generic post that you've seen over and over and over again. And reducing the human as opposed to amplifying it. So with the context of who you are and what you want for your business, and a certain objective, what might be some useful tools that you can use on your day-to-day? Again, we want to amplify the human. So face-to-face conversations, let's keep having those. Let's not remove those. Those are what to me is the most important thing. So what else can we automate? New information about a listing comes in, and you want that spread out to your clients. Or other way around, a client asks you, sends you a text about a certain listing, or what new listings were there this week. And you could go sit down on your computer and go figure it out, or if that information is already integrated, that can be an automatic reply. The human is not reduced, because the important conversations you're still gonna have. You're still gonna answer the phone, and you're still gonna make the phone calls, you're still gonna meet up with clients. However, the things that are most time consuming, and these 3 people asked me for the exact same listing, I'm just copy pasting a message that I wrote yesterday, remove all that. What else comes up? How many, maybe some of us spend a lot of time in Excel, how much of that could be seen as tedious? It's fine if you don't picture, okay, but how does my Excel use get automated? That's where the consulting part comes in. So what we do is help people get the context of what they do, figure out some objectives of what is it in their business that is most tedious and that could be most potential, and then sit down and make a plan. Because a lot of this can be made into a software and sold for $20 a month. But there's a lot, the very useful things, the things that are gonna actually create movement in your business, that is let's sit down and figure out what it is exactly that you need. So we built some products around it and have happy to talk more later, but.
Yeah, and also, thank you to my amazing cousin, Devin, and my aunt, Kim, for bringing us in here. It's really cool to see what people are learning. And sometimes it feels, we're so in this bubble that we forget how much people aren't learning or people don't know outside of the bubble of how these tools can work together. It's easily overwhelming. There's a million different things we can use. So what is it that will best support your system? Likely you're probably already using some kind of CRM or database or some kind of software platform to manage your clients, to manage parts of your business. To automate some of this, sometimes those systems need to talk to each other. So how do I take this tool here and this tool and then this tool over here and merge them all together into one that's streamlined for me? That's where the customization comes in. So what we're building now is really all about consulting with the mission of what are the parts of your business where it matters to be human? Let's free up more time for that and spend less time answering the same question over and over again. So the question for you all whenever you're thinking about how to implement some of these systems are, okay, what are my biggest pain points from a personal level of, I wish I didn't have to do this, this is so annoying, and where would you like to have more time? If you could hire for another position right now, cost, barring whatever cost that might be, what would you hire for? Would it be administrative? Would it be, I'm seeing a lot of administrative. What we do is help clients build those systems so you don't have to hire that person. You have a system that does the job of another person, gets you more time to do what you do best, which is people. We're all here because it's about people. And of course, we're also here to boost our businesses. So if you all have any other questions, the company that we're starting is FasterEyes, as you can see. We've got our website up here, and I can pass out my QR code. I have a virtual business card I can pass out if you want any other questions. If you want to set up some time to chat specifics or just questions about how do you, where could I input some of these automated processes in my business? We'd be happy to set up a consultation or a quick call just to chat, share ideas. This is what it's all about. It's too much for one person to keep up with that. So in the community of learning and sharing information, it's also a huge part of what we want to do and also educate, right, about how we can use these systems to work smarter and not harder.
Just FYI, they're based out of
Oh, rough life.
Yes. So we work with a team. We have an international team of developers who, with a lot of different experiences in coding, from coding to no-code support. Right now, we live in a world where you can make a chatbot without having to know much code. And it can also get kind of complicated integrating the systems between, let's say, Google Drive and Zoom, and I don't know if you use Slack, or is it WhatsApp, or is it Messages? That's all where the unique parts of your business is. So we're lucky that we have people all over the world working on different custom solutions, which is a really cool part of our business, yeah.
I think that's also where it gets super complicated, especially for real estate agents. They want us to use Facebook and they want us to use Slack, and it's so many different apps, and I don't look at any of them because I'm so overwhelmed by just constantly needing my eyes to be on the screen that I don't do it because I get frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
So it's if you don't text it to me or email it to me, I'm not gonna see it, and then
That's fair.
and I probably that's a default for me, but it's just I actually was telling one of my friends the reason why sometimes social media is overwhelming for me is because it makes me tired to look at a screen all the time. I wouldn't say it's so much seeing what other people are doing. I care, but I don't really care in a way, I'd like to have real conversations with people. But I think for me, because I am such a people person, this screen is it's overwhelming for me, and I think my body's just get away and go out and get in the sun and go see people.
100%. I'm sure you're not the only one in this room. I certainly feel that way. And so what it sounds like for you could be helpful is something that's got eyes on what's happening in Facebook. What do I need to know from Instagram? That all sends it to one place for your inbound information, because let's be real, we all are working the algorithm these days. If you're not putting consistent content out there, the algorithm is not on your side. And it feels like I just gotta keep the post up to maintain. That can all be automated. That can be scheduled, that can be, from copy to images to messaging, with what Chris was sharing about earlier on, adjusting your system settings to speak your message and speak your brand. So maybe instead of having to sit down and create 3 posts a week, the AI does it for you and you're just checking it. So now the time that you're spending on that goes from 3 hours to half an hour, let's say. Yeah.
But would that be like making the avatar?
It could be. Yeah, it could be making an avatar. It could be, when he put up the schedule of posts that he was showing to give the variety, it's like, okay, this week we gotta make a post and we're gonna make a reel and then we're gonna make a story and then this one's gonna be some video content. So for the video content, you could either choose to go with the avatar route. You could choose to go the CapCut route, where you give yourself a teleprompter and you make your own video and you have the editing built into that. Or you go with the avatar route. So that's kind of where your customization goes in. And I will say that it does take an investment of time at the beginning to set up your systems, to put in the information into whatever you might be using so that it speaks your message.
So is that what you guys do? Yeah, that's what I'm curious. And you then build that behind it, like you help people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We call it integration. So how do you integrate these different social media platforms, not only with each other, but with a core system that might help you create the script, do the video, and then you just do final check, right? And when you press send, it just posts everywhere. So this integration, RPR, for example, I'm not as familiar with the site, but it seems like the type of site where if there's a lot of data, there's going to be a way to access that data that isn't on the website. That's what programmers do. Doesn't matter the details. But if you can get that data that is not on the website, then what can you do with it? You can grab this other platform and integrate it, or this other platform and do stuff with it. So that's what is very, very exciting about us, for us about it, is the data is out there. And how can you reel it in, do something useful with it, and then do something outside?
Yeah, where we really see the future in a lot of this is based around knowledge bases. So everything, all the information that you have for your company, whether it's a client list, whether it's your marketing materials, whether it's your SOPs and your processes and all the things that you have to make sure to check the boxes and do, it knows it. And then you keep adding information into it. Every day you are doing things that are valuable data for yourself. So when you have a system that's set up, it has everything to start with, and then it learns as it goes, the efficiency and quality improves over time. So maybe you start with like 80%, and you work your way up to 90 because of the iterative learning process that can happen as well.
And that's the core product that we're building in our company.
Yeah.
So do you guys, I feel like one thing I have a hard time is doing the CapCut, getting in that act, and doing the editing and writing the words, and it doesn't have to be a video myself, but let's have a pretty background video and then putting words to that. Do you guys do the editing part, or is that AI doing it? How does that work?
The video editing?
Yeah.
In that case, CapCut would take care of the and correct me please if I'm wrong. The script making
Let's just say
and the editing.
Yeah.
I can actually demonstrate it with ChatGPT how to do it built into the software right here with a plugin.
Oh,
so
okay,
it's built
cool.
into ChatGPT. Okay.
So let's say you have the paid version of ChatGPT. One of the features at the drop-down menu up here, you saw me earlier, I did the paid version. You you've got the free version. One of the features that are available to you are called plugins. If you select on that plugin and you go to the plugin store, you might not have, I have quite a few, but if you want to go to the plugin store, you can search thousands and thousands, everything from Wikipedia to Wolfram Alpha to Instacart. It will do it. In this example, I have CapCut already installed as a plugin. I selected it because that's the one I want. Maybe I want to use Canva, and just for fun, I'm going to add Wikipedia. And I know I want to make a video, and in my example, I want to make a video using Wikipedia on the Gettysburg Address. I wanted to get the data from Wikipedia. I want Canva to make the thumbnail, and then I want CapCut to make the video. I just tell the software to do it. I want you to use Wikipedia to get me all you can tell me about the Gettysburg Address. I want you to then use CapCut to generate a video, and Canva to give me a thumbnail. Also, can you make it so it's a 12-year-old could understand it? I know. So now the AI is going to use Wikipedia because it has access to it to access that data and has everything in the world you want to talk about. This is just an example. And then it's going to use the software to generate a post about, and then it's going to implement that and translate it into CapCut. And then from CapCut, you can play around with the video and make it. But you guys got to stop making this so complicated because it is overwhelming. There is a lot to talk about. You're going to need to focus on one, maybe two things, because if you try to do all of this, you're going to get frustrated, you're going to give up, and you're not going to do anything. So you have to ask yourself, what do you want to accomplish? Maybe you're like me, you're a people person and you love meeting people, but you need to come up with some ideas on what can you do to get your people to come meet with you. Maybe you want to use AI to generate some concepts on how you're going to farm the neighborhood. Or maybe you use AI to generate concepts on your pop buys you want to do. Or maybe you want to do an AI concept on what kind of newsletter you want to send out. Don't be like, oh my God, I got to make an avatar, and then I've got to make a fake voice, and I got to make the fake voice use Wikipedia. I'm just showing you all the possibilities. You need to focus on one, and as anyone in this room will attest to, if you want to learn more, reach out to me. I will happily come talk to you and give you my advice and suggestions, and maybe that'll help narrow the path. But guys, I'm up here teaching it. I am overwhelmed. I don't know what to answer. So to have a company that's doing this and gives me now a specific person I can direct to is incredible. But I'm just letting you know, this is just an example of what your concern was. So this will give me some samples that I can literally click on, and I may or may not like the particular styles of the post. I can just say, that's stupid, I don't like it. By the way, be nice to her, because the nicer you are, please, thank you. She'll do better responses. And it is a she, just so you guys know.
If you like nodding your head.
It likes positive affirmation.
But as you can see, and then I can click on these, and of course, this is giving you the sample of what the cover, and then it will make the video, and it'll continue to do so. So I'm just giving you that's a possibility of that tool. But I'm like you, sometimes you don't know what to say. But I just want.
This makes more sense to me. I wasn't putting the apps all together. I feel like my brain was like, what does this app do, and how does this talk? But
And here you can be, just ask it. I'm new, I don't know what I'm doing. Can you give me, and just ask the question, have a conversation with it. And I think I demonstrated last time, you can actually use your mobile phone to actually talk to it and respond back and forth. So if you're not a big typer and you just want to talk to it, I look like an idiot. I'm in the car having conversations all the time. I can demonstrate that if you guys want to see that. But there's the video, so I can click on, or the Canva. So I just wanted you to know that feature was there.
Can you get to the video?
Let's see what the video looks like.
With the Canva added to that and the CapCut added to that, is that the paid version too?
Oh, I need to use Chrome. Yeah. So I'm not using Chrome, I'm using Safari. So if I had Chrome, it would open up CapCut and give me the video, which I can then edit. But the same thing with, in terms of videos, if you want to generate a video like you saw me do earlier with AI, I can use the built-in InVideo app. I can go to the website and do it, but here's video right here. If I select that plugin, and you can only do 3 at a time. But sometimes I use Instacart. I'll ask ChatGPT to give me a recipe for a dinner item, and then I have Instacart go out and buy the items for me because it's already plugged into the AI. And you could do that if you want. But just so you know, that's built into the software, and that might help. And if you open up Canva, it'll give you the samples right there that you can look at. Because I'm not expert. You may not like it, you might like it, and then you can change it. But it's integrated into the AI to take the hard work out of it.
It's very easy to become overwhelmed, as we have stated,
Oh,
as
yeah.
we have all felt at some point or another. Where do you start? Having conversations. So asking questions. That's why I value so much, Chris, what you're saying of like, hey, just come talk to me, send me a message, and we can set up a consultation.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't know where to start, then that's step one. Forget the tools, forget the right prompting, that will come. And it's awesome that now you have a big panorama of what is out there. Okay, scope in what's step one for my business. Let's figure out what are the 3 things that are most tedious. And you can start there. Again, forget about the tools, that's step 2. First, what is really problematic that's going on that I might have some intuition that could help be streamlined, save me time, save me headaches. So that's step number 1, and having someone to have that conversation with you and sit down is super valuable. We're gonna be here 10 more days in Maryland.
Thank you.
So happy to
Thank
happy
you,
to meet and
Chris.
have more conversations.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for bringing us up here
I mean,
with
what
you.
a
and for-
serendipitous opportunity. I like the IPO will be next week. You get their stock traded. So I want to again talk about what you guys were saying. I think the battery might have died on this. That is a concern everybody has. It's overwhelming. And when I started this, it was so much different. Now there's video, there's text, there's so much you can do with it. Start with one idea. I'm a struggling realtor with this AI technology. Tell me what I can do with it, and let it have a conversation. Just play with it, ask it, and maybe talk to me and ask me. I mean, from a real estate point of view, I remember the struggle was getting listings. You want to be a listing agent. You want to figure out how to do that. Well, what's the way you're getting listings right now? Are you throwing happy hours? Are you farming a neighborhood? Are you sending out items of value? That's like the Brian Buffini method. Well, maybe you ask ChatGPT to come up with some marketing ideas for your upcoming winter session, or maybe you give ChatGPT an opportunity to come up with content for a specific neighborhood. Maybe you do a video on topics of the top 10 reasons to move to Severna Park, the top 10 reasons not to move to Severna Park. I mean, you have so many concepts and ideas that you can come up with, and it may be video, it might be social media, it might just be your recipe of the week. There is no limit. You have a copywriter, a script writer, an editor, a content curator, a social media expert, all built in at your fingertips, waiting for you. And yeah, it's like having the universe in front of you. You just got to focus on one. What is a struggle you're having with right now that you'd like to make easier? And I can assure you there's a way AI can make it easier for you. So I know this is a lot, it's always more and stuff, but don't let it go. There's too much, that's not going to handle it. You need to be aware this is happening, and the agents that are delving into it way more than I am are using it, and I'm learning every day, and I will continue to pass this on and share this information. On that site and in that book are some links of the sites we talked about. Anybody who wants the video, I'm happy to send out. Reach out to me, reach out to Kim, Devin, if we can help in any way, but it's valuable to have you guys take time out of your day to come and learn. Kudos to you, because you're already ahead of the pack just with what other people are doing. So thank you for coming today, and I'm here to take any questions or explain any more or any suggestions you guys like me to talk about. Don't forget there's snacks in there. Thank you guys. Sure.